Pepcoding. So in this video we are going to start the next question of our try module. Okay, and the question that we have this time is a stream of characters. Okay, it is a really interesting question, so let us have a look into it and let us see that what this question is saying. So in this question we have to implement a class. Okay, we have to implement a stream checker class. So what this stream checker will do, this will first of all it will be given a array of strings. Okay, we'll be given an array of strings, and we have to add those strings to our class. Okay, to our data structures, I can say. So I can tell you this in our board. See, for example, suppose we'll be given some strings, this. Okay, we will be given some string, that is 3 strings are given to us, c, d, f and k. Okay, so let us make a data structure here. Suppose this is our data structure. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to simply add these words to our data structure first. Okay, and after that a query function is there. Okay, which will do some query, that means which will ask if this character is present or not, but not just the character but the stream of character, you can say. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Let me tell you. So suppose first of all we have to add some words to our data structure, right? So let us add these words to our data structure first. So here we have cd, so I'll add cd, and then we'll have f, and then we have kl. So we have added these words to our data structure. Okay, and now we have to find that if the stream of character or the character is present or not in this data structure. Okay, so what it means, it means that suppose here are some characters which I need to find in it, right? So first of all a will come. Okay, and what it will do, let us take this color or this. So first of all a will come, and what it will do, it will find itself in this data structure. So a will say, okay, I'm not present. Okay, so it will return false. Now b will ask, if I'm present in this data structure, it will say no, right? B is not present in this data structure. So what it will do, it will ask the previous one, that is it will ask the previous character, that the stream that I'm making with you, that is ab, if this ab is present or not. That means b will check for b, and then it will check for ab also, right? It will check for b, and then also will check for the string that it will make by joining with the previous character. Okay, so now ab is not present and also b is not present, so after checking both of them it will return false. Okay, if any of them will be present, it will return true. Okay, now c will come and c will ask if I'm present in this data structure or not. So c will say no, c is not present in this data structure. So c will go and check for bc, right? It will check for bc. So is bc present in this data structure? So it will say no, bc is also not present in this data structure. So it will what it will do, it will go for abc, right? It will go for abc, and when it will check for abc, it will say, okay, there is no element that is of size 3, right? So it will simply return false, because there is no advantage of checking for abc here, because all the characters, all the strings that are present here are of length greater than, or I can say less than equals to 2, right? It is less than or equals to 2 length of string that are present in this data structure, so no need to find a string that is of length 3. Okay, now we'll do some work for our next character, that is for d, right? It is d. So for d, what we will do, we'll simply ask if this d is present in our data structure or not. Okay, so for d we'll check for d first. Okay, and then after that we'll check for cd, right? So d is not present, d is saying no, I'm not present, but go and check for cd also. Okay, so when it will check for cd, so it will return true, right? It will return a true, so it will return true from here. Now we'll go to the next character. We have e. So it will ask if e is present in this data structure or not. So e is not present in this data structure, so it will say, okay, go for de, check for if de is present or not. So de is also not present, so still it will say go and check for cde. Okay, now there is no advantage of checking for cde, because it is of length 3 and all the elements are present of length less than or equals to 2. Okay, so here it will return false for this. Now we'll reach to f. Okay, When we reach to f will ask if this f is present or not. So f is present here, right? F is present here, so it will return true for f. Now it will reach to g. So when it will reach to g, it will ask if g is present in this or not. So g is not present, and same thing will happen for g, then h, then I and j, right? All the four are not present. G, h, I, j are not present, and then we'll reach to k. When we'll reach to k, we'll ask if k is present in this data structure or not. So k is not present in this data structure, right? So it will return false. But before that it will check for jk. So jk is also not present. So and also it will try to check for ijk. So all the three are not present, so it will return a false for this, right? Now k, l. After k we have l, right? We have l here. So now what it will do, it will simply ask if l is present here or not. So l is not present in this data structure, so after l it will go for kl, right? It will check for kl. So it will say kl is present in this data structure. So when it will say kl is present in this data structure, so it will return true from here, right? So it will return true from here. So this is how we are going to do this work, right? Now let us have a look at how we can do this. Okay, so now I'm assuming that this question statement, that what we need to do in this question is clear to you. Okay, so what we need to do, let us summarize that. So first of all, we have to implement a class, right? We have to implement a data structure in which I can add some string. Okay, and after that I need to do a query, okay, which will return by doing that query, I'll get a boolean value in return, right? I'll get a boolean value in return, either true or false, that if this character or the stream of character that I'm making with this character and by adjoining my previous characters, okay, if this character or the stream of character that I'm making is present in this data structure or not. Okay, if any of the stream is present or the character itself is present, then we'll return a true, otherwise we'll return a false. Okay, so this is what we have to do in this question. So now let us think that what we can do in it. Okay, let us observe this example only. So suppose here let us not note this. Suppose for this d, okay, for this d, what are the options that are available? Okay, so see here what I can do, d will say, okay, if d is present or not, right? If d is present or not, so d will say no, so it will go for cd, right? It will go for cd. Now suppose if cd is also not present, now it will go for cde. Okay, and the maximum length of string that is present here is, suppose I'll say a b c d e f g h i, right? So it will go for cde, right? And then it will go for not cde, it will go for d cd b c d. It will go for b c d now, not cd b c d, it will be b c d, right? So it will go for bcd. So it will check if bcd is present or not. So bcd is also not present, so it will go for abcd, right? So it will go for abcd and will check every element that if it is equals to abcd or not, right? So don't you think that when my characters will increase, when my number of characters will increase, keep on increasing, my time complexity will be increasing, right? My time complexity will be increasing, and it is increasing in a huge range, right? Because see, initially we were checking with only one element, right? One element was being checked with all the strings, then two elements were being checked with all the strings, then three elements are checking with all the strings, and then four which are checking with all the strings. So this is how my time complexity will keep on increasing if I use this kind of method, right? So this is not a good way to do it. So what we can do for this, is, see, let us have a look into one more example. Let us say this one. So we have this dba and cba, right? So for this, what we'll do, these are some element that I need to add in my data structure. So suppose these are added, okay, these are added, I need to perform this query. This is my query. Okay, so what I can do for this, so simply, first of all, a has asked me that if a is present or not. So what I will do, I will simply ask, okay, if a is present. Instead of that, okay, let us do the previous method only. Okay, if a is present or not. If a is present, yes, a is not present, right? A is not present, so simply return false, and then after that b has come, right? Now B will ask if B is present. So B is not present. It will ask if AB is present. AB is also not present, right? So it will now return false. It will return false from here. Now it will ask for C. Now C will say if C is present or not. So C is not present, right? So C will say, okay, C is not present, go for BC if BC is present or not. So BC is also not present. So it will ask for ABC if ABC is present or not. So ABC is also not present, so it will return a false after checking these three, right? But suppose in place of this, if I do something like this, see, let us not think about this, let us think about this C part only, right? This C part only. I'm checking if C is present or not, then I'm checking BC is present or not, and then I'm checking if ABC is present or not, right? So instead of that, think here I got C, right? So think if I will say here, what are the possible characters that I can get? I can get C, I can get BC, I can get ABC. Can you observe that all are ending with C? So instead of this, if I will find those elements which are ending with C, right? For example, let us take one more example. Let us take one more example. Let us complete this first of all. So for C we have C and then BC and then ABC, right? For B we have B and CB, okay, and BCB and ABCB, right? This is what we have for B, and then again I have A. So for A I have A, and then I have BA, I have CBA, I have BCBA, right? I have BCBA and I have ABCBA, right? So this is what I can get for A. So suppose we are checking for A, right? We are checking for A. So instead of checking that if A is present or BA is present, what I will do, I will simply ask A that if there is some string that is ending with A. Instead of checking if A is present, I'll check if some string is ending with A, ending with this character. So it will say yes, we have a string that is ending with this character, that is this one, and this one is ending with A only, right? Now can we return true or false from here that yes, I got a character or I got some string, right? We cannot. Why we cannot? Because we have found that there is a character matching, but we have not found that it is a ending character, right? This suppose if I start checking from this side, so what will be my ending character that I'll check? I'll say the first one, right? The first one will be the ending character that I'll check, because I'm checking from the end, I'm not checking from the starting, I'm checking from the end. So I'll, to match a string that this string is equals to the another string, what I will do, I will match the character one by one, right? So I'll keep on checking from the end, and I'll check if from the end to the start my all the characters are equal or not. Okay, so now I'll ask if there is some string ending with A. So it will say yes, we have two strings ending with A. So now it will move the pointer to the next one, and it will ask yes, it got A, but it cannot return from here because it is saying that it is not the ending length, right? Or it is saying that it is not the ending point, right? So what it will do, it will ask, okay, go and check for this in at the second index, right? At the second index, what it will do, it will ask if this string has B at its second index or not. So it will say yes, we both has B at the second index. So it will again say okay, AB also gave the validation. Now it will ask, can we return true or false from here? So it will say no, you cannot, because this B is not a ending index. This is not an ending index, so you have to go one more down. So it will reach here. So it will reach here and it will reach here. Now this ACBA, I mean this string that we are checking, will ask if the next character that you have reached is equals to C or not, right? Now it will say we have two characters, that is one is D and one is C. So D will be discarded, this will be discarded, and this will be our final answer, and it will return true for this, right? It will return true for this, because why it will return true for this? Because from here we got an ending point, that is C is also an ending point, right? C is ending point. and also we got last character equal to this only, right? So c is point ending point, right? And also this character is equals to the ending character also. So that means this cba is present in my data structure, right? So we'll return true for this. For this a will return true, right? Let us see one more thing about it. Suppose instead of this, if I have one more, I can say not one more, in let us update this one only, that is, let us make this bcba, right? Bcba. So now a will say, okay, I gave the validation, but I will not tell if this is true or not, because it is not the ending point. So it will reach here and it will reach here. Now this ba will check if this b is equals to that b, so it will say yes. So go to one more down and it will come to this. Now they will check, if this and this is equal, right? If this character and this character is equal, if they are equal, then they will say, okay, move on to next one, because that is not the ending index. So I need to check till I'll get some ending point, right? So now here I have b at this point, right? Here I have b at this point. So it will say, okay, it is also true, it is also true. So next time it will reach here, but it will say, okay, I reached to my end of index. So return what you should return. You should return if the last character is same or not. If last character is same, return true, right? Last character is same, return true, otherwise return false. Okay, because you have traversed the whole string and you haven't got any uh, wrong wrong character in it, right? All character that you have found are correct characters. Okay, so this is how you can do it. So how we are going to do it? See, maybe a little approach is clear in your mind, that is, we are going to add element from the end. Why? From the ending character. Why from the ending character? Because see, here what we are doing, we are actually checking the suffixes, right? We are actually checking the suffix, that is, see, we are actually checking if b is present or not, right? And then cb, right? Cb is a suffix, right? Cb could be a suffix. Then bcb also, bcb, here for example, suppose uh, abc, cba is a suffix, right? A is a suffix, then ab is a suffix, a is a suffix, then ba is a suffix, then cba is a suffix. So we are keep on checking the suffixes, right? So that is why we'll keep on adding from the ending index, right? From the last of the string. So in this way, when we'll add from the last of the array, so that will help us in checking the last element first, right? So we'll keep on checking from last index to first index. Okay, so I think that you got this point, that why we are doing it from the end of the array. Okay, now next thing we'll see next thing in our next example. So let us move on to this one, right? So here what we can do, we can do the same thing, right? For c, what we'll do, first of all, we get a c, right? We get c character. So first of all, let us take this, add there, and this will go here. Okay, now let us check for c. So c will say, okay, if there is some character ending with c, there is some string that is ending with c, so it will say no, there is no character ending with c, so return false from here. Now a, any string ending with a, no, return false from here. Any string ending with t, yes, it will say yes, we are ending with t. So when they will say we are ending with t, it will ask, are you the ending point also? Because if you are at the ending point and you are equals to this character, then I'll return true from here, because you are saying that you are equal to me and you are also the ending point. So you must be a string there, right? You must be a string word there. But as this is not the ending point, so it will say, no bro, I'm not an ending point. So it will say, okay, check for this one. So it will check for these characters, right? So now it will ask if there is some character after t. It will first of all, it will take the strings that are ending with t, right? cat, fat, and then chat, right? So these are some strings ending with T. So now what it will do, it will simply ask these strings, okay, you are ending with T, so if you're the second last element that you have is A or not. So the element that will have that has, okay, not, this is not CAT, right? This is COT. Let us change the example. This is not CAT, this is COT. Okay, this is COT, and example is being changed, but no issues, because so that we can get the better understanding on it. So it is COT. Now what we had COT, FAT, and then we have HAT, right? Now we were here, right? So A has returned false, but T was saying, okay, T was saying, okay, there is some character ending with T, so they said that yes, we are ending with T. So but it also has asked that are you the ending point, but these are not the ending point. So it asked that, okay, so I'll check for next element. So next element is A, so it will ask if there is some element that is ending with A. So at that point it will reject this one, because it is saying that no, my second element is not A, right? My second last element is not A, but these are saying that their second last element is A, right? So these could be my possible answer. So it will ask, okay, if any of you has ending index A, right, ending point A, so A is not the ending point for this one and for this one also, right? Ending point is C for this, ending point is F for this, right? So now what it will do, it will reach to the next character that it can make. So next character is C, so it will ask if you have C as the next character or not. So now it will reach to this one, it will reach to this one, it will say, okay, I have F, I have H, so both will be discarded, and it will return a false from here, right? So here it will return false. Now we'll reach to F. Now we'll reach to F. So it will ask if there is some string that is ending with F. So it will say no, there is no string ending with F. So it will return false for this. Now A, and it will ask if any string is ending with A. So it will say no, there is no string ending with A. So directly false, right? So after this it will ask if there is some string ending with T. So it will say yes, we have some strings ending with T. So this is ending with T, this is ending with T, and this is also ending with T. Now it will ask, okay, are you the ending point? So T is not the ending point, so it will say, okay, get me the next element and check that one. So it will ask if next element is equals to A. So it will say this one will be discarded, and these two will say yes, we are the next element that we have is A, right? So now we checked T, T gave the validation, AT gave the validation for some, and then we have next element F. So first of all it will ask, are you the ending point? Also, if you are the ending point, I can return a true from here, otherwise I should check the next one. So it will reach to this F. Okay, so now these two will be checked, this H and this F, right? This H and this F will be checked, and then it will ask if you are equals to this F, if you are equals to this F. So it will say this one will be discarded, and this one will say, okay, I am equals to this F, right? So now from here it will ask that if this F is an ending point or not. So F will say yes, I'm the ending point. So as this is the ending point, so we can return true from here. So in this way it will return true from here. Okay, so I hope that this example gave you a much clarity of this question. Okay, so now let us try to understand this with the help of try. Okay, so now I hope that you got some clear idea that how we are going to add our elements in our try, right? We are going to add from the end, right? We are going to add from the end. Why from the end? So that our queries for our searching could get easy, right? So this is why we are adding from the end. And so this was example, right? So let us try to do this with the help of a try. So we know that we also need to maintain a string, because we need the previous streams also, right? Because we are adding previous streams also in our stream, so that we can check if this stream of character by becoming a string is present in my data structure or not, right? So that is why we need previous string also. So we are going to use our string also, but we have to also take care of which type of string we can use. Okay, so let us try to first of all do it with the help of our try. Okay, so that how we can do it with the help of a try. Let us do the dry run. So for dry run we need a root, right? So here is the root of our try. So it is the root. Now first of all, I'll add some characters, right? But I am saying that instead of adding this cd and this f and this kl, I'll add dc, I'll add f for f, and I'll add lk, right? In the opposite manner. That means I'll add this in from the end of the string, right? I'll add this from the end of the string. So my dc will be added in place of cd and lk will be added in place of kl, right? So let us try to add this. So in this way, I'll say that okay, add c first and then d. Okay, c and d are added, right? No, we don't have to add c and d, we just have to add dc, right? So d will be added first and then c will be added after that, right? So this will be added. Now after this, what we are going to do, we are going to add f. So it will ask if f is present to this root. No, it is not. So add f, right? F is added. Now it will ask to add lk. So if l is present, no, l is not present, so add l and then add k. But one more thing is remaining. What is remaining? We haven't marked our ending index, right? We haven't marked our ending. So dc has ending c, so we'll mark c as the ending, f as the ending, and k as the ending, right? We have marked these ending points, right? Now we have to do the query. We are done with adding the words. Now we have to do the query. So let us do the query. So for query, the first element that will come will be my a, right? So when a will come, it will ask the root. I'll keep the current pointer here at the root and I'll ask if you have a or not. So it will say no, a is not present, so it will return a false. Now it will go to b. It will ask if b is present or not. False. C. It will ask if c is present or not. False. Now d. It will ask if d is present or not. So it will say yes, it is present. It will reach to this. Current will be moved to this, and this and the current will ask this d that are you equal to ending or not. So it will say no, I'm not the ending. You should check the next element also, right? If you want some result, then you should check the next element also, so that you can get the confirmation that if it is true or false, right? So here I'll go to the next one and I'll check for this one, right? Yep, this is equals to c or not. So if this is equals to c, then I should return true from here because it is equals to c, right? So I'm gonna return true from here, right? Because first I got d and then I got c after that, which was required. So I'll return true from here. Now after this, what I'll do, I'll have e, right? When I'll have e, I'll check my root that if you have e or not. It will say no, so e will return false. Then I'll have f. When I will have f, my f will ask the root if f is present or not. So it will say yes, it is, so it will return true for this one also, right? Now after I'll have g. G is not present, it will return false for this. Same for hij, right? Same for hij. And now let us directly look into this k. Directly look into this k. So when we look into this k, it will ask the root if k is present or not, so it will return the false from here, right? Now we have l. Now it will ask this root that do you have l, so it will say yes, I have l. So current will move to this l and will ask if this l is equals to the ending or not. This current is not equals to ending, so it will say go to the next one to get the confirmation. So when it will go to the next one, it will ask the previous character that if this previous character is equals to this new character or not that we got, that is this new node or not. So it will say yes, it is equals to that. So that means now it will ask this that are you equals to the ending index or not. So k will say yes, I'm also the ending index and I'm also equals to you, right? So now we got the kl, so we'll return true from here, right? Because it is the ending index and also it is the point where my string is ending, right? So that is why we'll return true from here. So I hope that you got this try run of this question completely. Okay, how we are going to add into this try? You already know that, right? You already know that we are going to add the character from the end of the string, right? From the end of the string we'll add, so that we can get the searching easily, because we are doing the suffix checking here. Okay, so in this way the suffix checking would be faster. So that is why we are adding from the end of the array, from the end of this string. Okay, so now let us try to write the code for the same. Okay, so let us try the code. So let us go to write the code. Okay, so let us have a look into the code of this. Okay, so we'll write the code in Java, right? So here we have the stream checker class that we need to complete, right? So as I'm going to implement it over with the help of try, so what I need, first of all, I need a class, static class, public static class, and that class will be node type, right? Node. And in that, what I should give it, I should give node childs. Node childs is equals to new node of 26, right? As all characters will be lowercase, so that is why only 26. Okay, now we should also give a boolean isend, right? And after that, here we need a private final node root, right? And also we need to initiate this here, root is equals to new node, right? After this, what we can do here, we need to add these words, these string of words to my data structure, right? So I'll run a loop for adding these strings. So for string word, I'll pick a string one by one. Okay, from this words array, WRDS. Okay, and what I will do, first of all, my node current will be at root, right? Because I'll start adding from the root. And what I will do, simply I'll run a loop here for int I is equals to word dot length minus 1. Okay, because I'm adding from the end. For int I is equals to word dot length minus 1, I is greater than equals to 0, and then I minus minus. Okay, so here what I will do, first of all, char ch is equals to word dot char at I. Okay, so this is what I have. And after this char at I, I'll check if my current dot childs dot ch minus a, right, at this index, if we have null or not. If we have null, then we are supposed to add current dot childs at ch minus a. At that point, what we should do, we should add a new node, right? New node. Okay, and after this, current will move to, current is equals to current dot childs of ch minus a, right? Current will move to that. And after coming from this loop, you should do current dot is end true, right? Current dot is end equals to true, because it is the ending point here, right? So here this is what we are supposed to do. Okay, and anything else, let us see. Here, first of all, we got a word. Okay, we got a string. Okay, we started from the end, we got the ending point. Okay, and then after that what we did, we check if this if our root has the child of that at that index equal to null. If that is null, then we added that, went to that index. Okay, I mean went to that child, and then current dot is end is true. Okay, so this is all that we need to do in this. Okay, this is how I have added my words. Okay, now I have to do this query thing only, right? For doing query, I need a string, right? But do we use string or string builder? I'll say we'll use string builder. Why? Because string builder will take less time, right? So private string build a SB. Okay, so here we'll also do SB is equals to new string builder. Okay, now after this is the query that we need to complete, right? So initially when we'll enter it SB dot append, simply we need to append what letter, right? After this we should also do current is equals to root, right? Node current at root. Now we are going to check from the end, right? So for int I is equals to sb dot size, sb dot length minus 1, and I is greater than equals to 0 and I minus minus. Okay, so for this let us say char ch is equals to sb dot char at I, right? So here I'll check if, okay, my current will first of all move to this character, right? Current is equals to current dot childs of ch minus a. Okay, my current will move to first of all at this child. Okay, now I'll check if my current that I got is equals to null or not. If it is null, that means that character is not present. So simply what I should do from here, that current is null, right? So simply return false, right? You should return false because at that point the character that you want is not present, right? So you should return false. And if it is not null, then else if what you should do, simply check if current dot is end is true at that point or not. If it is, then return true. Okay, then return true. But is it the cases, are they the only cases that we need to handle? Suppose here an example, here we have to find KL, right? Here we have to find KL, and this is our root. Here we have K, here we have L. Okay, so let us say not KL, let us say KLM. Okay, KLM, and we have to find KLM. Okay, we have to find KLM. So here we have M, right? KLM. Okay, and also we need to find something, let's say in the left of it, that is N and that is O. Okay, so this is the ending point, right? This is the ending point, and P and Q also here. This is the ending point, right? But here it is saying to find KLMN. It is saying KLMN. Okay, it is saying to find KLMN, but KLM is M is the ending point, right? So when it will ask this one, it will return true for this. But for KLMN, N is not the ending point, P is the ending point, and Q is the ending point. So it is not the ending point, right? So if current is null, suppose it is not the child, O is not the child. So when it will ask us to return for KLMO, when it will ask for KLMO, then it will return false from this condition, right? But when it will ask for KLMN, so this condition will never hit, right? So current will reach to it at this point, but current will say, okay, at this point my is end was not true, right? So this point was never hit. So now what we should do, we should simply return false from here, right? We should simply return false from here because we haven't got anything that is ending, right? We got some string matching, that is matching, but the string where it was ending, the string that was ending at some point, that point was not the ending point, right? So that is why we are returning false from here. So that's all that we need to do. Okay, these are all the points that we need to cover. So let us try to give it a run. The code is accepted. Let us try to give it a final submit for all the test cases. So completely accepted for all the test cases. So I hope that you got this question completely, and after this we'll meet in the next video. Okay, so till then, goodbye. So I hope that you got all the concept that I tried to tell you. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video now. So don't forget to like the video and also subscribe this YouTube channel. Also share this video with your friends. So till then, goodbye, take care.